KJ Anoints. So, anyway, if you didn't see my movie reviews and my short video up on the channel, it's up now. Go ahead and check it out. They're out now. I give you my full, honest, discreet opinions on it. I also made a little advice video. For those who need it. I enjoyed the premise of the film, the look of the film, just some of the things about that movie that I liked.
Advertisement 1 of 216 seconds. Skip next button.
No.
Advertisement 1 of 210 seconds. Is an advertising master Cleveland.com.
A Dark Tower.
Advertisement 2 of 23 minutes.
What it represents was very intriguing to me. The gunslinger character. For the first time in a while since Us, I seen a black character in a horror film, and Candyman, for a matter of fact. Not the new Candyman. That new version of Candyman is god awful. Just awful. I'd never go back and watch that because it was boring, bad, and I'm not a fan of that one. I like the original a lot better than the remake. It wasn't that good. Yeah, it had a black cast, but it wasn't as good as the original. That's the prime example within Hollywood, like, of a bad remake as far as filming goes and stuff like that. That's bad movie making 101, because they took Candyman
Major WWE releases
and made it into something else. They made it horrible. Horrible.
Rating.
Just
seconds and 15 seconds.
They made that not watchable twice. That's what they did. Like, they completely took Candyman, a classic horror film, and a remake, and they made it something that was just horrible in my estimation. Just horrible. I don't know how anybody could watch that and enjoy it. You feel me? The new Candyman, because it wasn't good to me. They took that movie and made it into something completely different, in my honest opinion, in my estimation. It wasn't that good.
Video progress bar 21 seconds of 1 hour, 27 minutes, 30.
Not good at all. Like, I'd never go back to watch that twice. In my opinion, I can't, because it didn't hold a candle to what the original film was. So that's the main reason to why I could never go back and watch that remake of Candyman. You feel me? I won't. We're so used to Tony Todd's character portraying him, that him not being portrayed in that new film threw it all off and stuff like that. Threw the whole entire film off. Made it feel less than, because I go back to what I said before. If there's not that familiarity or the same cast that we're accustomed to and familiar with, there's gonna be a feeling of dread. There's gonna be that feeling of, holy shit, this shit is awful. This holds no candle to the original film in no shape or form. Like, holds no candle to how different, how special the original Candyman is in our hearts. The guy with the hook goes around just killing everybody who did him wrong, everybody who had something to do, anybody who had an involvement with cutting his hand off or anything of the sorts. He's back for blood, he's out for revenge, and that's what he does throughout that whole film. And Virginia Madsen, how could we not forget her incredible performance in the film? That was the first Candyman, absolute classic. The second one, it's got a different actress. But still, nothing can hold a candle to those movies. That's why when I felt like watching that new film, it was just dreadful. It was just awful. It was just they trying to make a Candyman film just for the sake of making another Candyman movie. And it backfired, in my honest opinion. That backfired because it was not as good as the original, as its counterpart. Hollywood has an issue of, like, this is what they have an issue with on some occasions. Taking something and turning something good and changing it into something completely different, which is a detriment on your film's legacy. If that remake is horrible, it's a detriment to the legacy. Well, not even a detriment. It's just putting to shame the originals. You feel me? But anyway, that's a god awful movie I never want to watch again. Ever. Because he wasn't even scary, in my honest opinion. The new Candyman, he wasn't even scary. Not scary one bit. Well, I was familiar with the guy from Us. It was the guy who appeared in Us as the father of the young family who would grow up, well, psychotic family who would grow up and take revenge against the good family. So I was familiar from Us, but outside of that, I had not seen any of his body of work prior to Us or the Candyman. And I'm just being completely honest. I don't know nothing about him from a can of paint. At least I know Tony Todd came from freaking Candyman. He was in Tales from the Hood and shit like that. At least I know that about him. But this other guy, he was in Us. He was in Us was a good movie. I'm not gonna cap. That was pretty good. He was in that new Candyman film. But outside of that, I don't know. But that one dude, he appeared in that a different movie that I seen. Which when I seen him, I was like, oh shit. Here he is again. In yet another film, which that familiarity of knowing where he, like, what movie he was in, brought me back to noticing that face because he was in Us. His hair wasn't tied up together like that. He didn't have it in braids and stuff, so I still recognized him though. That's the thing, I still recognized him. But that guy in Us, I wasn't too familiar with him. I didn't even know his name, the actor's name. But yeah. I'm not trying to compare two people in any sense of the word, but all I'm saying is that actor's version of Candyman doesn't hold a candle to Tony Todd's version and portrayal of Candyman. This is probably in the eye of the beholder. This is probably debatable. This is probably, what's that word? It's on the tip of my tongue, the word I'm trying to find. It is very, very. It's probably subjective for some, but probably not. I'll leave my opinion as to what my opinions are, you know, and that's that. I find that to be an awful Candyman film, and the first two, nothing can ever touch it. Nothing. Nothing will. Nothing can. They can make new Candyman films as much as they want, but nothing could ever, unless Tony Todd comes back and reprises his role as Candyman, which I don't ever think that'll happen. Like, it was just a prediction, like hearsay. Unless Tony Todd comes back as the legendary Candyman character himself, it will never feel the same. And you can tell throughout that film that that void was heavily missed without Tony Todd. Within the movie, like, TBH, Like, I sat there watching that movie in dread. I sat there watching that new Candyman all those years ago, bored to death. Just how awful and how dull and sleep inducing. Yes, like Rambo Ralph said, it's a pile of dog shit of a movie. So, yeah, I'd never watch that again. Tony Todd's the only Candyman that resonates with me forever in my heart. You feel me? That's it. He's the only Candyman that can really be in the same breath as these legendary characters that have came before, you know? It happens though. Not every new movie is gonna be as good as the original. People take that chance though. When you take that chance, you're either gonna fail with it or you're gonna succeed with it. That's with anything in life, whether a female, music career, anything. Like, and that was a failure. They tried to make a new Candyman. It turned out to be an epic failure of a film that nobody gave any lick about, you know? I'ma stop cussing on the tube because I'm not trying to get demonetized. But yeah. Nobody really cared about that new Candyman film because it was boring, it was dreadful, it was dull, there wasn't much to it. The characters, the arc, the development didn't intrigue anybody. There was just nothing to care about when watching them. Like, in my honest opinion, that's how I feel about it. That's that. I did that. I'll just never go back and watch it. Simple as that. At least when they did the Halloween ends, we knew after that that was it. They ran Halloween to the ground. You feel me? The next, I've said this and I'll say this again. If they continue running with the series, the next legendary killer, in my honest opinion, this could be subjective. He, she, say, debatable. It's depending on how your mind sees it and how your mindset works. The next 20 or 30 years, the next legendary character, in my honest opinion, from what I've seen from the body of work as far as horror films and dedication and the craft of horror films, the next legendary horror icon could be Art the Clown, in my opinion. With them first two movies alone, he solidified himself as being somebody to look out for, in my opinion, because of the way he took the clown shit. You feel me? He took that clown shit and he did stuff that not a lot of clowns were willing to do. Took it to a place a lot of clowns weren't willing to take it. You feel me? So with that being said, I think Art the Clown could really be a legendary like figure throughout horror history based off that body of work alone if they continue to make Terrifier movies. That's in the eye of the beholder. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this live. I love you guys.